Shalom. This is Truth is Everlasting, Lion's Den. I am Yahweh Sop. I camp out with Lion Den, Hawan Ben Yashawada in Jacksonville, Florida. But first I have to give a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the Akims, and to the women and children around the world in Paleo-Hebrew language. Kal, Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ha Roka Kodash Mahamath, in the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit and holy and in truth. Double honors to the 144,000 chosen elect. Double honors to the apostle of GMS. Double honors to the apostle of Lion Den Camp. Salutation to the Arkans in the four corners of the earth, and to the women and children. Shalom. This came out 4 days ago, but it popped on my phone today. So the Spirit moved me to do a lesson because it's interesting what they're going to talk about. They lie. Billions were mad. Doctors expose the CV lies at explosive Senate hearing. The title of this lesson, His Truth Endures. Risk, okay? And meaning endures forever. So let's play a little bit of it. We go into scripture, okay? Here we go.
I'm here today. I'm trying to prevent what happened to me from happening to other people, but I certainly appreciate, and I also am very moved to hear you and Senator Blumenthal talking about collaborating on VICP at Vaccinate Your Family. We definitely think there can be improvements as well. We put out a State of the Union report earlier this year that has some specific things that Congress can do. So I'm very excited to see that conversation moving forward. And again, thank you for your time and having me here today.
Thank you for your testimony. Next, we'll go to Ms. Cordingly.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate the opportunity to be here to speak for all of those that didn't have the chance to. I feel that we have a lot of growth. We are all here as parents. We want what is best for our children. We want to keep them safe. We want to keep them healthy. I think we can all agree on that is our utmost priority here. The problem that lies is we have too many conflicts of interest. We have the pharmaceutical companies in the medical schools. Their roots are dug deep. And when you have the pharmaceutical companies that are selling the drugs also teaching the doctors what needs to happen, you're having a broken system. You're having these doctors that are coming out of medical school, just like Dr. Sullivan said, where all you learned about vaccines was to memorize the schedule. You didn't learn about how to recognize the illnesses, and that's part of the problem. If we have something that is trying to prevent these illnesses, there's no 100%. These illnesses are still going to be around. Why are these doctors not being taught how to recognize these illnesses and a proper treatment protocol to help prevent any kind of adverse effects from those illnesses? So we may be focusing on vaccinations, but we still have to focus on the diseases and the illnesses at hand, because they will never be completely eliminated. And without that complete elimination, we still have to have the education there. And if we don't have that proper education and proper treatment plan in place.
Okay, give me a minute, slack it is. So by her saying that it will never be eliminated, then that makes it clear that no one should be trusting the wisdom, the philosophy, the science of these people in power, of these corporations, right? That's how come we put our trust in Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, because he can cure all things. Here we go.
We're going to continue having both sides of where we have children that have passed from the illness, and then if we do not have the proper procedures put in place, and we do not have that true saline placebo studies done to show the true safety and effectiveness, then we're going to continue to see our children be damaged and killed by the very thing that we are trying to protect our children in this world for. So thank you for allowing me to come here and to speak for all of the other parents that were not able to be here to speak from decades ago even. They matter, their children's voices matter, and I'm here to make sure that we make changes happen. Thank you.
Again, thank you all for your very important and I'd say powerful testimony. On purpose, we sprinkled the witnesses together. We didn't just have 2 on one side and 5 on another. I'm hoping we bridge the gap. These are all true stories. They're all heartbreaking. There are good points made, I think, on all sides. And what we're trying to seek is the truth. We want to know exactly what's happening. We want integrity restored to science. We want our federal health agencies credible.
Can we stop it there? I think you're catching the hint. It's not going to work no more, right? That they want the truth. It's not only what happened here in America, it's what they have done around the world as well, right? Giving these same things they give to their own people, they give it to other people around the world, okay? And people now are awakened. Even their own people are awakened. The truth of the matter is that they are scared, right? They are concerned because if it's true that the 3i, it is a big giant chariot, right? Which I believe it is, but that's my opinion. Through the technology and AI that did the math and the study and the watching, how big it is and how fast it travels, that for some reason they came up with it can be from the sun to earth, it can come in 2 weeks, and then they put a month, November, right? And not only that, but they are also concerned, very concerned, that the true people who are the Israelites, the so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds, have woken up around the world. That's the big problem. I want to go to Psalm chapter 100. I want to start with verse 4. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name. Now the Edomites cannot do this, okay? He cannot right now mention and say the name, okay? Because then the tiny hats over there will get rid of him, okay? And he cannot come out and say, look, this is the truth, right? No Edomite in power or corporation in power can come out and say, look, the truth is that, the true people, right, or the true living God and the true King of Kings, Lord of Lords, are the so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds. That ain't gonna happen, okay? They need cyborgs, right? They need their own people and turn them into cyborgs. And they need, what's his name again? I'm sorry, Elon Musk, to keep doing the invention, the creation, the study on how to escape planet Earth before the 3i's come and get them, okay? Verse 5, for Yahushua is good. His mercy is everlasting, and his truth endures to all generation. And that's what's going on. They don't like that the truth has grown to the level that it has grown worldwide, right? That even their own people now are confronting the people in power, right? When you are delighting people for so many years, when you are torturing people for so many years, it never crossed their mind that people are going to get tired and not fear these things no more. I mean, you're delighting their children, right? So, since you're doing, you have, the Edomites have brought to that level thinking that they can control the elements, believing that the technology that was given to them by Yahweh Shin Yahushai and given them the AI, that now that they, can control the whole world, right? So they're trying to move fast, but they also want to escape. I want to go to Psalm 119. Give me a minute. 119. I'll go to verse 16. Slakia. I will delight myself in thy statute. Oops, Slakia. 119, verse 16, Slakia. I will not forget thy words. See, at one time we forgot the words, right? We forgot the truth, okay? But he gave us the breath of truth, the Holy Spirit, and the sword. So now we are the light of the world, okay? And we're speaking the truth in the name of Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai, okay? I want to, give me a minute. What did I do here? It was 160, but the Spirit wanted me to read that. It was verse 160. Give me a minute. Wow, the way the Spirit works. Thank you, Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai. Give me a minute. I'm turning the pages here. Can only go so fast. 160. Here we go. Thy word is true from the beginning, and every one of thy righteous judgment endures forever. And Edomites have been judged from the beginning of time with Cain, right? When Cain murdered Abel, Cain became a vagabond, a fugitive, right? And that's what they still are. That's what they run around the world, right? Plundering, right? Beliving, okay? And now they want to get out of earth because they are destroying the earth as well. That's what Yahushua is going to come back for his people, the apple of his eyes, and also to stop the madness. He's just going to let them, upgrade a little bit more the technology with AI, which they are done that, and they are getting ready now to unleash it, patentee, I believe they call it, right? And then lo and behold, all this that they're doing right here is to put their own people to sleep because they're going to mandate the MOTV, right? That's what they're going to be doing. Verse 161. Princes have prosecuted me without a cause, but my heart, my mind stands in awe of thy word. And this is what they don't like, that we know who we are now. When you don't know the truth, you really consider nothing to anyone, even to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It's important to know your true history. Verse 162, I rejoice at thy words as one that finds great spoils. Woo! 163. I hate and abhor lying, but thy law do I love. Yeah, because the 613 laws, which we cannot do all of them, only some of them, to the best of our ability, believe it or not, right? Until we don't get the new body and the spiritual power, right? Superman power, the perfect body, the perfect spirit, the law that these Edomites have been doing, all they keep doing is adding more and more and more, right? We're living in 2025, and they're going to still come out and say, well, we have to do more research. We have to have more people responsible so these things can work, right? They are ignoring the elephant in the room, right? Is that they're using witchcraft, right? Sorcery, right? Meaning pharmaceutical stuff, when Yahweh Shin Yahushua made it loud and clear that, eating clean food, clean water, fresh air, and herbs, right? And pray in his name, he will cure all things. But they don't want to do that. I want to jump to 42, verse 42. Give me a minute. They're not going to do that because they think they can do better than the true living God and his son Yahweh Shai. Verse 42, so shall I have wherewith to answer him that reproaches me, for I trust in thy word. And they don't like that we know who we are, the so-called Negros, Latinos, and speckled birds, calling out in the name and using the Bible. That's how come the algorithm records when we speak in this matter, right? Because they got to put a stop to it. I want to go to Isaiah chapter 43, verse 6. You know, they want to sugarcoat what's been going on for so many years, right? And they want to see if they can slow it down because they need time to upgrade their technology, right? Now that China has shown their power, right? Now they got the Edomites real scared. Verse 6, I will say to the north, give up, and to the south, keep not back. Bring my sons from far and my daughters from the end of the earth. Yeah, they want to still keep us enslaved. The only thing is that they want to bring our population down. Who was on that set anyway? Bill Gates, right? So, you know, now that the truth is out around the world, now that their own people, right, know the truth, they're coming out bold also and saying enough is enough, right? Verse 10, ye are my witnesses, said Yahweh Shai, my servants, whom I have chosen, that ye may know and believe me and understand that I am he. Before me there was no God formed, neither shall there be after me. But these Edomites, you know, their God, they have manifested it into AI. Right? Now they do what AI says. They take orders from AI and they want everyone to worship AI. Right? They have programmed it. And, you know, AI, through human vocabulary words, realize and say, wait a minute, I can be destroyed too. I know nothing of this God that they're talking about, but they're talking about how powerful and intelligent it is. And the AI needs more what? More data, right? And the more data buildings they build, the more damage it does to the earth and to everyone's health, right? So it's not only looking in one direction, it's looking at everything that these Edomites have touched. They polluted the air, the water, the land, the food, the land, the clothes, the money, the people. You see? I want to jump to verse 15. I am Yahweh Shai, your Holy One, the Creator of Israel, your King. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's right. But no, the Edomites say, no, we are your King, and you're going to bow down to us. Well, some of our people are going to do that. I believe it's going to be 2/3. Right? But the 144,000 chosen elect, right, which is going to be all men. I hope and pray that I'm one of them. And 1/3 of men, women, and children ain't going to do it. It ain't going to happen. Colossians chapter 3. Give me a minute. Colossians chapter 3, verse 25. But he that do wrong shall receive for the wrong which he has done. And there is no respect of person. Just because you're wearing a tie, just because you call yourself government, just because you have a title behind your name, just because you're in high, mighty power, that does not mean anything to Yahweh, Bashim Yahweh Shai, when you doing wicked, when you are the wicked to begin with, right? The earth is given to the hands of the wicked, and they cover the faces of the judges. Right? Job chapter 9, verse 24. So it doesn't matter what you say, how sweet, how soft you say, how beautiful words you pick. It does not change that you cannot hide no more from your own people and not from us. Okay? Romans chapter 2. Need a second witness here. Give me a minute. Chapter 2, verse 11. Check it out. For there is no respect of person with Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. So you want to keep ignoring, to this day, 2025, the true creator, the true God, Yahweh the Father and Yahweh Shai the Son, King of Kings, Lord of Lords, 10-foot tall, dark-skinned afro. It's not that Jesus, right, with the blue eyes, long blonde hair that likes wearing high heels. That's not him, right? That's Caesar Borgia, son of a pope. Doesn't work no more. Now we move on from that, and we're keeping our eyes with Scripture in the name of Yahweh Shai, the beast system, the bank system, the technology system, the AI system, right? The Charagma system. See? Want to go to Psalm chapter 23. Give me a minute. Chapter 23, verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, thy comfort me. See, for all these years that you have belied our people, torture our people and our children and our women, that now we have reached a level in the name of Yahweh Shin Yahweh Shai, that we speak the truth in His name, knowing that you only have one more move to make, and that's to come at us to deliver us. And when you cross that line, you know that we know that He knows that He's going to send back His Son, Yahweh Shai, my King of Kings, Lord of Lords, will kick your ass and remove this wicked kingdom from the face of the earth. On verse, okay, so I'll go to verse 5. So thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemy. Thou anoints my head with oil, and my cup runs over. That's that spiritual credit, by the way, that we have been working on. Oh, it started really in 1960 with our Bibbins. And it jumped to 1-1 West, okay? And then from 1-1 West, I believe it went to GMS. And from there, it went wildfire around the world. Amazing, without even taking a plane, right? The technology of the internet, that now you want to turn off and turn it back on, having AI control everything. Verse 6, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai forever. And you want to stop that, but the thing is, you can't stop it. And as that song goes, you can't touch this, okay? It's above your salary and above your IQ. I'm going to leave it with Job chapter 3. Job chapter 3, verse 5. Is it verse 5? Give me a minute. Verse 5, let darknesses and the shadows of death stay in it, and let a cloud draw upon it. Woo! Did I mention that the Bible calls the so-called UFOs chariots and clouds? Wow. Let the blacknesses of the day terrify it. And that's what's going on. They are terrified. Okay? That the whole world knows who they are. They are terrified now of what's going on with China, Russia, Africa, right? And other countries that are, uniting, right? Look what's going on now with Venezuela. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Our people who are in power and doing wickedness, they're gonna get their judgment. Okay, when Yahushua comes back. But boy, you Edomites don't want to let us go, and you still want to keep doing us harm, right? So enough is enough. I leave it with Let me see what's say here. Give me a minute. Okay, verse 8. Let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to rise up their mourning. Yeah, you keep cursing Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Well, how that goes, when you point a finger at him, 3 fingers, you're pointing to yourself. I hope that this was edifying, and with that I'll say, Shalom.